Fearful face. Spain in shock. Leonor's secret wedding promise exposed. Spain believed it had Princess Leonor all figured out. Every appearance, every smile, every word carefully documented and dissected. Tradition, duty, and protocol defined her life. Yet today, everything changed. Because Leonor made a secret promise, one so private, so unexpected, it has left the royal family stunned, the press scrambling, and the nation in shock. They thought she would follow every rule. They thought her path was set, guided by centuries of royal precedent. But what she did now defied expectation. And it was personal, powerful, and deeply human. Weeks ago, whispers began within the palace walls. Leonor became quieter, more introspective, almost secretive. Those closest to her noticed a change, a seriousness in her eyes, a determination in her steps. She confided in a trusted friend, revealing a private vow that would later astonish Spain. It was a promise of marriage, not out of duty, but out of love. And not just any love, a love she had nurtured quietly, away from the public eye. A love strong enough to challenge centuries of expectation. But this was not simply a romantic promise. It was a vow of equality, respect, and partnership, a statement that tradition alone would not define her marriage. Leonor wanted a union built on mutual understanding, one that honored both her heart and her future partners. The secret vow began spreading, cautiously at first. A whisper in the corridors, a discreet mention during a private gathering. Yet once it reached the press, Spain reacted with immediate shock. Analysts debated, monarchists worried, modernists cheered. And the royal family, they were caught between pride and concern. King Felipe reportedly felt both moved and apprehensive. Queen Letizia, known for her progressive approach, quietly supported her daughter while understanding the delicate balance at play. Advisors debated potential public reactions. Could such a vow upset royal tradition? Could it redefine what it means to be Spanish royalty? Meanwhile, Leonor continued her public duties with composure. She smiled, she greeted, she engaged. But insiders noticed a subtle change, deeper confidence, a newfound maturity, a quiet assurance that she was now making her own decisions. Her vow wasn't just a promise to another person, it was a declaration of independence, courage, and intent. Rumors about her potential suitor began circulating. Was this a childhood sweetheart, a carefully chosen match, or a spontaneous connection that grew quietly over time? Each rumor fueled curiosity, each revelation sparked more intrigue. Spain's fascination grew with every passing day. Then came a fleeting moment captured by an accidental photograph, a brief, subtle gesture of affection between Leonor and her partner. Nothing overt, yet enough to confirm the authenticity of her private vow. Spain gasped. The nation understood. This promise wasn't empty words. It was genuine, human, and profoundly royal. This secret wedding promise did more than shock the country, it changed the narrative of the monarchy. Leonor was no longer just the future queen, she was a young woman shaping her destiny, challenging tradition with quiet strength and authenticity. The public's response was immediate. Social media exploded with admiration and debate. Royal commentators dissected every nuance. Ordinary citizens felt a new connection to her, not as a distant princess, but as someone relatable, someone real, someone brave enough to honor her heart. But the intrigue didn't stop there. Reports revealed that Leonor's vow inspired changes behind palace doors. Discussions about modernizing royal protocols, preparing her future consort for shared responsibilities, and prioritizing genuine partnership intensified. This promise, initially private, was already reshaping expectations for the Spanish monarchy. Even more fascinating were her interactions in public following the vow. She began showing small, unexpected gestures, quietly supporting young artists, attending charitable events without fanfare, speaking openly about issues that mattered to her generation. Every act created new questions. Was this the future queen we were seeing? Or was this a glimpse of a woman entirely in control of her life and choices? Her vow also shed light on her relationships with her family. Queen Letizia reportedly became an ally, offering guidance based on her own experience as a modern royal. King Felipe, while cautious, began acknowledging his daughter's vision for a balanced, authentic monarchy. And Leonor's siblings, observing quietly, perhaps inspired, perhaps cautious, but aware that their sister was forging a path unlike any other. As the weeks passed, the nation wondered, when would this vow be fulfilled? Who would stand beside her? How would Spain react when the full story was revealed? Each day brought a new clue, a new speculation, a new curiosity loop, keeping the public engaged, anxious, and inspired. This promise also revealed Leonor's character in ways few had seen. She was thoughtful, deliberate, and fearless. She was not swayed by expectation or gossip. She considered the impact of her actions on the monarchy, the nation, and her own future. And yet, she prioritized love, respect, and authenticity above all else. And then, another moment of public insight emerged. During a private school visit, Leonor asked children about their dreams and fears. When one student spoke about wanting to be heard, Leonor responded simply, "Then I must listen." Those words became a national symbol, a young princess embodying empathy, leadership, and vision. This promise, once secret, was no longer merely about her future marriage. It became a lens through which Spain viewed the evolving monarchy, tradition and modernity, duty and emotion, protocol and authenticity, all intertwined in the life of one remarkable young woman. Spain was captivated, astonished, inspired. The story unfolded slowly, each revelation deepening the mystery. Each question answered only led to another, keeping the nation glued to the narrative. And yet, for all the public fascination, Leonor remained grounded. She balanced royal duty with personal conviction, public appearances with private reflection. She lived in a dual world, one of ceremony and expectation, one of genuine emotion and personal choice, and navigated it with grace. Her secret wedding promise was no longer just a whisper behind palace walls. It was a catalyst for dialogue, speculation, admiration, and perhaps, transformation. Spain was learning something new. The next generation of monarchy would not merely inherit tradition, they would reshape it. And as the months pass, every gesture, every word, every public appearance will be seen in a new light. The vow has set a precedent, one that blends love, authenticity, and duty. One that challenges assumptions while honoring heritage. One that demonstrates that even within centuries-old institutions, human emotion and personal choice can prevail. Princess Leonor's secret promise shocked Spain. But it also inspired the nation. It reminded people that royalty can be human. That leadership can be compassionate. That tradition can evolve without losing its soul. And as the story continues to unfold, Spain watches, waits, and wonders. Because this is not just the story of a princess's secret promise. It is the story of a future queen shaping her destiny, defining her legacy, and showing the world that courage, love, and authenticity can change everything. Spain is in shock. And yet, beneath the astonishment lies admiration. A quiet understanding that Princess Leonor is not simply following a path, she is creating one. One that will be remembered for generations. The secret wedding promise is out. The nation is talking. And the young princess who dared to speak her heart has begun to transform the monarchy from within, one vow, one gesture, one courageous step at a time.